Good morning. You see me in my car driving. I got my teacher headband on. I have some fairly decent clothes. But I think the teacher headband gives me away. We are back. We are not officially back, but we are back to school. So, as I stated, we are back at school. Oh, I have my seatbelt on already. I don't know what I'm doing. I am so lost. But yes, so technically my district doesn't have us going back until the 25th of August. So today it's like what is today? 11, 12, something like that. Let me raise up the windows because it is a bit loud outside. So we have, so technically teachers don't have to be back until August 25th. Students don't come back until September 2nd, the day after Labor Day. But my principal has emailed everyone and said that we can start going into the building this week. And so, that gives us plenty of opportune time to get our lives together. Instead of just coming in that 1 week, getting a bunch of district PDs and then not having time. So, I'm actually going into school today, because, I don't know if I mentioned this in my last vlog that, I ended on, before the summer kicked in, was I was moving classrooms, and so I want to just kind of go in and see if they if everything got moved, how is it looking in there, like the status, and just kind of giving myself a visual layout of what I want to do. Now, I did take a video of my classroom before I left, but all of the other teacher stuff was still in there, and it was just like a little quick whip. So I want to kind of go in there now and see what I'm working with now that all my things are in there, because I think she had a lot of stuff and I don't really have a lot of stuff. So now it might be a little bit more emptier. It might be a little bit more ideal for me to look at it and kind of assess the situation and see what I want to do. Because I'm not going to lie, I did nothing on summer break pertaining to school, other than those 3 weeks that I did for summer break. We did a summer school. So those are the only things that I did pertaining to school, but it wasn't even for my school. It was just for summer school. So maybe once I looked at a slide or looked at some curriculum. But other than that, I've just been enjoying my 3 months of summer with the kids. And yes, you heard that right, 3 months of summer. But we are only fortunate to have those 3 months of summer because our school is undergoing construction in different schools. They're redoing our HVAC system, and they're doing our front door security measures. So it could be more secure for, people coming into our building. And so that's the only reason why we had that much time off, because they wanted to give themselves enough time to do the schools that they need to, because we're doing it in 3 phases. Phase 1 they did last summer, phase 2 is this summer, and then phase 3 is next summer. So then the following summer after that is when we'll be back to our regular scheduled program, which will only be a 2-month break or whatever. But anyway, so I haven't really done much of anything pertaining to school. And so I'm just going to head to school now and just kind of assess the situation, kind of see what I can do, maybe move some things around, and just kind of, get my head wrapped around going back to school. So, so I'm going to take you guys with me for today. I don't know if I'll do the week or just today, just depending on how it looks. But you'll find out sooner than later. So, let's make our way to school, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit.
nice to have walls and a door that I can close, and also I have blinds, so like if I want to pull those down I can, and kind of have like my own separate island here, so that's pretty nice. So I kind of just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I've been working on. I haven't really done too much yet to the space. Like I haven't moved any of the desks. They're still kind of in their spot. I haven't started unpacking any of my things, just because, I don't know, I'm still figuring out things in my brain. But what I did do was I did unpack the curriculum. So you can see our boxes are there. And then here, hold on, let me show you. So I did unpack the curriculum. As you can see, our math books are here. Our social studies books are here. These are our science books. We do have access to all this online. So, but the kids, it is nice to have the books. Then my mailbox is here. I just put my rainbow cart here. This is usually where like work for small group and the supplies go. And then this is just kind of my area. I don't know. I am feeling it because I was going to do small group over here, but I don't know. I like this space to probably maybe be like a cozy corner for the kids, maybe during like reading time or whatever. So I ended up just deciding to do my small group over here because it'll be right next to my desk where all my things are. So it'll just be easy access. And then I do have like a little white cubby that I can put supplies there for the small groups. And I'm only going to have, as far as I know right now, I only have about 16 kids. So, and they can't really give me too many more because of the space. So I think the last teacher that was in here had 18 kids. So that would be like the max, I believe. So, I like my thought process is I won't be meeting small groups my small groups will be pretty small. So like if I could have like maybe 1 or 2 kids here, 1 or 2 kids here, that would be totally fine. So I don't know, I'm liking this space. Let me know what you think, because it has like the small group table and then my actual like desk for all my stuff. And then behind my chair, I don't know if you can see it right there. That's my other rainbow cart that just will have like all my stuff and stuff for the week. I am going to probably remove that stuff up there at some point. I do have 2 TVs, but they are Roku TVs. They're not connected to the internet. You can connect stuff with USBs, but I don't know if I'm going to really utilize them because I did just put on my projector and I do have a projecting screen, which I think will probably be more ideal because I think the 2 TVs would be confusing. I think the only thing that I would like to do is maybe have like a display of some sort, you know, at some point, like have just like a colorful display over there. But I don't know. I've seen people that have TVs in the room and nobody really utilizes them anyway. So I just have my projector that's right there. So, and then I have my projection screen that I'll utilize. And then, excuse me, let me zoom out a little bit. So yeah, my thought processes would be just to have like my tables right here. And then, I don't know, either my morning meeting thing will be here, or like I said, I could always have it here. I know the board is over there, but it would be nice to kind of have this space as well. And that whiteboard thing isn't mine, so I don't know who's gonna come for that. But that's pretty much all I've done so far, and I've just been doing some typical training on my computer as well that I needed to get done. So, but that is pretty much it. Sorry about the angles and how I have to hold this up. I have a new tripod, the magnetic one that I got off TikTok shop, but it's in my car and I didn't grab it this morning. So, and I'm just pretty much holding my phone at this point. But yeah, so I'm going to continue to work. I don't know if I'm going to take some stuff out, like supply wise to kind of put up. Right now, I'm just literally wiping down desks. As you can see, my Clorox wipes right there. And so, excuse me, just been wiping down the desks and kind of just cleaning before I start unpacking anything. So, I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. I'll probably be leaving in like the next hour. But yeah, I'll check in and let you guys know, how further along I've gotten. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. I have about 5 in a pod currently. I think if they give me any more kids, I may have to do something like this where I do 6, because then it'd be 6, be 12, and then 18. I think that's like the max they had in here last year, but I figured that might be the more ideal. If I only get 14, then I would only need 3 of these. 1 would be a 4, and then obviously the other 2 would be a 5, but this is what it looks like so far. Here, let me kind of zoom in a little bit for you guys. I'm like sweating because one of the desks I was like trying to adjust the height because it was just so off, and with 6th graders, they're tall. So, well, most of them are anyway. And then the chairs are all over the place because I didn't want to put the chairs and the desks until I figured out a situation. So I think this is what I'm going to go with because it just makes the most sense. Plus I'll have a little bit more space. I'll have some space over here. This stuff, of course, here, let me zoom out a little bit, won't be here. I mean, maybe the table, I'm not sure, but obviously these boxes won't be here. And I don't know, there's like a corner thing here that I might do away with, or maybe put it in that corner. Not too sure, but I think I'm liking the space in terms of like my desk and where those 2 desks are. So I think I might just leave that there. And I think that the space will work. And I also have this bookshelf. I don't know, I may move that one over here as well, like on this side, because as I told you, I might have to do that as a corner of like reading. So that's about it. And as you can see, I'm like sweating. It's so hot, and everybody that I've talked to, they're like, when you close the door, it's so hot. I do have like, I don't know if you can see behind me, there's like a fan, and then there's like another fan up there that can get going. And they said the air conditioning is not the best in here. But I mean, for the most part, I think I'll leave my door open unless, of course, we're doing something more with small groups. So that way, like, nobody will hear us, because honestly, that's the reason why I'm in the space, because I'm a very loud teacher. And so because we're in an open concept school, that kind of is faux pas. And so my principal politely told me, he said, you know, I don't want to take away what you're doing, because obviously you're doing a great job. The scores are showing that you're doing a good job. However, you know, obviously he is like, I have to keep you in your element, but at the same time, respect everyone else's space. So, you know, lo and behold, I get a mini classroom. So I'm not mad about it, because I feel like this will give me more opportunity to vlog a lot more in my classroom this year, as opposed to last year where it was like I was very, very timid in doing it. Not so much because everybody else would see me, but I was trying to respect everybody's space. And so at least here, like, I can be in my own space. No one else has to hear me babble, and only you guys. And, you know, I can kind of do my own thing in here. So I'm not too upset about that. But I think I am going to, it is now 1:40. I did bring lunch back there somewhere, the little bag right there. I'm going to heat it up, probably eat, and then go, because like I said, we have Meet the Teacher this afternoon from 3 to 4 with my kids' school. And I'm so grateful, because I've never had the opportunity to really do the Meet the Teacher, because we've always been doing something for school. And so this is like one of the first years that I are actually able to go to my kids' school and actually meet their teacher on Meet the Teacher. So I'm going to eat lunch, and then I'll check in with you guys in a little bit.
Oh my goodness, it is ridiculously hot outside. It's 85 degrees. Probably doesn't feel like that. Probably feels worse. But anyway, so I actually left. I'm on my way to pick up my children, and then to go do meet and greet at about 3:15 with my kiddos. But that's it for day 1-ish. I don't even consider it day 1, because it's not really anything specific I did, I feel like, and I technically didn't have to be here. But I guess it's kind of sort of day 1 of the classroom setup. But the reason being, the reason I've been so hesitant on like really unpacking my things is because my district has a position open for a 5th grade position for a different school. And so I'm kind of in the process of trying to actually land that position, so that way I have more of a solidified position next year, because as I told you guys, this is my last year teaching 6th grade here before they move to the middle school. And then at that point, I'm kind of up in the air. So I don't know if I'll end up staying at the school depending on someone leaves, or if I have to be transferred to a different school, if there's positions available. And so I saw this position open up. It's 5th grade, and it's at a different school in my district. So I was trying to get that position. My HR department already knows, my principal already knows, and he's actually been very encouraging, and I can't say enough about him. He's so supportive, and he was just like, whatever you need from me, just let me know, like, sure, apply, because he knows that after this year I really won't have anything to kind of, I'm kind of up in the air. And so he's been very, very, very sweet about it. And so I'm just waiting to hear back from like my HR and the new principal at the new school. And so to kind of see whether or not I'm going to transition. So that's kind of why I've been a little bit hesitant to unpack my things, because I don't want to really start unpacking. And then I do get this position, and then I have to move to a different school. So that's kind of why I was just a little like blah. But I figured I'd, unpack the curriculum materials anyway, just in case if someone does come and replace me. I'll have my curriculum materials set out for them. I did do the desks, even though they may change it. But I really didn't take anything of mine that was out personally, because like I said, I'm just kind of waiting. So hopefully I'll learn something in the next like week or two, because we have 3 weeks officially to the day of when students come back. We go back the 25th. So I'm hoping that sometime this week, maybe even early next week, I'll learn something, so that way I can figure out my life. But that's it for day 1. And so hopefully you like and subscribe to the channel, so that way you can get the follow-up days that are coming, and find out what's my journey, if I am moving schools or if I'm staying here. So thanks for joining, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.